Thanks for coming back. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a new upload. Today we're making fermented hot sauce. And I really like fermented hot sauce because it gives a different flavor than your traditional hot sauces. It's more acidic, it's got a bit of a funky flavor, it lasts a really long time. And making your hot sauce is great because you could use any ingredients you like. And fermenting hot sauce is not difficult. All you need is time and patience, and it'll come out great. So I like to add a little bit of sweetness to my hot sauces. I don't like it to just burn your mouth off. So I have a bit of pineapple and some carrots. Carrots are going to give a little more sweetness and color. And any fruit will work as well. You could use mangoes, but for the fermentation, pineapples work really well. So here I have my large mason jar. It's going to hold all the ingredients for this fermented hot sauce. And number one rule when fermenting anything, everything needs to be sterile and clean. So I ran everything through the sanitized setting on my dishwasher. This way everything's clean, no bacteria can get into any of the ingredients because it is going to sit for a while and you don't want to have any mold growth or anything like that that'll make you sick. I'm also going to add a cinnamon stick here. I find that clove is a little too strong. Allspice works well, but I'm going to go with the cinnamon stick. For the peppers, I got freshly grown Scotch bonnet peppers and some jalapenos. A buddy of mine gave these to me from his garden, had a lot of extra peppers, so we're going to make this fermented hot sauce. Now whenever you're handling these peppers, you really want to use gloves. These are very hot. Once the oils get on your hands, it's really hard to get it off. Then later on you forget, touch your eyes, touch something else, be even worse, forget about it. Touch the kids, and it's just going to be very bad. So just do yourself a favor, wear the gloves, use the protection. You don't want to get the hot oils anywhere. Now I'm just going to cut these down the middle and take out some of the seeds here. You don't have to take out all the seeds. I'm going to remove a little bit of the seeds, cut everything in half, remove the stems, prepare these peppers. Get my brine prepared here. This is what's going to cover all the ingredients, and this is just a ratio of salt to water, about 1.25 teaspoons of salt per cup of water. And you want to use very minimally processed salt, kosher salt or fine sea salt. Bring that to a boil so the salt dissolves. Add all the peppers in with the carrots, pineapple, cinnamon stick to the jar here. I'm also going to add a little bit of red onion. I use half a red onion here. That's going to add viscosity to the hot sauce, a little more flavor. Put that right on top. So you can see the salt has dissolved into the water. You just need to bring it to a simmer, and I'm going to cool it down a bit. You don't want to add that hot liquid over all the ingredients. It's going to cook them. We don't want that. We want this to be cooled down. So I'll add the ice, and then we could add it right over the ingredients here. Now the most important part besides sanitizing everything is making sure that all the ingredients are submerged in the liquid. I have a Ziploc bag filled with water to weigh everything down. Anything that's not submerged has the potential to grow mold, and that will obviously get you very sick. Airtight lid here, and to make sure that no air can get in here, I'm going to put the top on here. I'm going to fill this with water. As it ferments, it's going to release gases, and those are going to want to escape. That's fine. We don't want to let any air into the jar. I'm going to let this sit for about 10 days. You want to sit minimally 3 days. The longer it sits, the more flavor you're going to get for the fermentation process. So 10 days is a sweet spot I found when making fermented hot sauce. Also, be sure to store it in a cool, dry place. We don't want any light to get in, any changes in temperature. Basement works well. And this is after 10 days. Everything's submerged. It's looking good. Some of the liquid is cloudy. That's normal. That's just the bacteria growth from the fermentation process. Just make sure that there's no green or white furry growths on top of the ingredients in the jar. That's the mold. So I'm going to take some garlic, lightly toast it in oil. This is going to add a good flavor to the hot sauce as well. While that's going, you can see, check that out. Everything looks good. Just give it one more once over for any mold growth. Make sure everything went well. And then just strain off all that liquid and make sure you keep that liquid. We're going to use that liquid to blend the ingredients for this fermentation of the hot sauce. The oil's going. We don't want to burn this, just want to lightly brown it. Nice toasted garlic, good background of flavor for this hot sauce. Don't overcrowd the blender either. Do this in batches. Don't fill up the blender more than halfway up. Take some of that nice toasted garlic, add that in, and we'll blend that with the ingredients as well as the oil. Don't throw away that oil, that's good flavor. So put the brine and the oil when blending everything. Depending on the thickness you want of the hot sauce, you add more oil and water or less. Now this is an optional step. I'm going to add this to a pan and bring this to a boil, and that's going to stop the fermentation process. It's going to slow it down. You could just bottle it from there, but make sure you put it in the fridge. It'll keep fermenting and the flavor will change over time. But if you leave it out on the counter, because the gases are still expanding from the hot sauce, your bottles will explode, and you definitely don't want that. So I'm just going to bring this to a simmer, and this will be ready to put in the fridge, and it'll keep for a few months. Take all the bottling liquid as well, sanitize them, put them in the dishwasher unsanitized, or put it in an oven at 220 degrees for 15 minutes. Make sure everything's sanitized. Final taste test here. I added some Aleppo pepper, chili flake, touch of black pepper. I think I added a little too much pineapple and carrots, so I want it to be the heat level to go up a little more. And then this is ready to bottle once it cools down a bit. A lot of good flavors in this fermented hot sauce, and you could always play around with the ingredients when making this to adjust the flavors as you like. Appreciate you watching. I'll see you in the next one.